Alright, what's up everybody? It's been a while, but Scotty the Marketing Dude, I'm back, Indian of Clarksville, and today we're taking out this 2020 Indian Vintage in Willow Cream, the cream puff. So we've got a few 20s left. This is one of the, I believe, 3 remaining 2020s, and she's on sale, obviously. I'm riding her, right? I'm trying to tell you all about her. So this is usually a pretty popular model. We got a lot of people that are always asking about the Willow Green and Cream, and it is a beautiful motorcycle. Let's go ahead and take a little walk around it. So here she is in this lovely daylight, willow green color and the cream. Lots of chrome on this bike, beautiful, shining, gleaming in the sun. Excuse me. And we've got these nice leather bags with the little chrome accents, little headdresses on them. They look really nice. I love the detail that Indian always puts into these bikes. And of course, this bike's got this nice cream-colored speedo and all the gauges. It looks awesome. As simple as this bike looks, we've actually got a lot of options on it, which we'll talk about. The removable windshield, spoked wheels, obviously, or laced wheels they call them. Really just a beautiful motorcycle, and I can already tell you, just riding it this little short bit that I've been on it, God, is it comfortable. It's not, usually these bikes aren't my cup of tea styling wise, right? But my God, is it comfortable. And I gotta be honest, just riding it, you immediately fall in love with them. Really great motorcycle. Speaking of great motorcycles, check out this 1982 CR250R right up here in front of me that my buddy Chris just bought. He's going to race some vintage on it. Really nice bike, barn find special. So in really good condition. So pretty stoked for him. Anyway, back to the beautiful motorcycle that I'm on, Willow Cream. She's got the 111 on her, 111 cubic inch. This has become the Thunderstroke is like the staple of the Indian motorcycle brand, right? You got the 111 and the 116 variant, which is in most of the other bikes in the Dark Horse. This has still got the 111 cubic inch, but do you really need more than 111 cubic inches? I can tell you right now, riding this bike, no, you do not. The motor is amazing on these bikes. I say it all the time, but it's so smooth. The gearbox is so smooth. The shifting and the gearing is just, you always feel confident with what gear you're in, and it just clicks through them effortlessly. Click, just grabbed another. We're gonna roll up by Chris here. So we do have the windshield on. I'm not particularly a windshield guy. I'd rather have a windscreen if I was going to do that. I like being in the wind though. If it were me, I would probably take this windshield off. If I were going to go on a long ride, I might run it, but I think I might need a taller one for a guy my size. I'm 5'10". I've said it 100 times in these videos, but I'm getting some buffeting on the top of my head here. So I might want to go with a little taller one if I'm going to take her on a long ride, but this bike is plenty comfortable to go on a long ride. You would have no issues. This seat is so soft. It's definitely old school looking, right? It's got the fringe hanging off of it. It's not, like I said, it's not really my cup of tea. JB, if you know JB, she's our manager of sales. She's in charge of the Indian showroom over there. She does a great job. She likes this kind of styling. She's actually got a bike that looks very similar to this, but a red one. This is her bag. But not that it looks bad. It just, I guess, like we were talking earlier, she's like into the 1950s kind of cruiser bikes. I'm into like 60s cafe, beatnik poetry nerd kind of bikes, right? So we've just got our different vibes. But I also do like bobbers. I like all motorcycles. I mean, I even like blacked out baggers. I have fun on all of them. And I gotta be honest, I'm having a lot of fun on this thing right now. It's just, the seat is so comfortable that you feel like you could just go for forever on it. And you know, this seat does come on a few other of the more classically styled bikes, like the Roadmaster. I think the standard Roadmaster, not the limited. I think that's got more of that fighter seat. I don't know what they call it, but like what comes on like a Dark Horse, right? It's a little narrower, got sharper edges and stuff like that. But as far as comfort goes, I don't think you can beat this seat. It just is right, you know. And maybe it's just the way my booty's shaped, but it feels right to me. Get that mirror set up a little better for me. There we go. Now we're set up. That way I'm not having to look over my shoulders as much. Yeah, I mean, the bike is just incredible. So you're getting 3 ride modes with this thing. You're getting nice Africa Twin. 3 ride modes. You got cruise control. And you've got, what else do you need? I am in sport mode right now, and it's sporty. To be honest, it's pretty peppy. I've never ridden the 111 in sport before. I guess I've always probably just ran it in standard, which is great. But this in sport mode, you've definitely got more pickup, and the throttle is a lot more responsive. And that's one thing I will say about these bikes that are throttled by wire, all of them from any manufacturer really, but I'm not a big fan of the throttle latency. And what I mean by that is when you turn the throttle, it's not immediate, you know, you don't get that immediate engagement. And when you're used to a bike with a throttle cable like I am, sometimes in like, say you get into a situation where like, oh crap, I gotta, you know, get on it here, or I gotta, you know, it just, sometimes you give too much throttle, or it seems like it's like you keep twisting and nothing's happening, and then all of a sudden it goes. I don't like that, but I will say these bikes, when they're in sport, they tend to have a faster engagement, throttle engagement, and they feel more like a standard cable bike. God, these bikes corner so good. You just can't believe until you ride one of these. I'd strongly encourage anybody that is thinking about a big cruiser, please come and ride an Indian, because they corner so much better than anything else I've ridden that is this style motor. This is a big motorcycle. You know, this is a really long bike, heavy bike, but it doesn't feel like it. You know, I mean, this thing leans side to side so easy. I mean, it floats like a magic carpet over stuff. The suspension on these Indians is it's so far superior to any other big cruiser I've ridden. It's just plush, but like not too plush. You don't bottom out on expansion joints like we're getting ready to cross here when we go on this bridge. Everything, it just soaks everything up, and I say it all the time, but the lean is so good on them. You just feel like you're gliding. You know, I mean, it's so effortless. And those big sweeping corners are so fun on these things. I mean, you just feel like you're gliding. So I always love these bikes, and I love the chrome on this thing. The more I ride it, the more I'm like, dude, who needs a cafe bike? You could do everything on one of these, and you'll be so much more comfortable. I'm taking this. Roll on. Yes, please. Oh my gosh. What a motorcycle. Sounds really good too. I think this has got stock pipes on it. I don't think you'd need to put pipes on this thing at all. So let's talk about price. We're getting kind of deep into the video. So anyway, we're looking at, I think it's about $1,000 off this thing. So I think it's priced at right now with rebates or incentives at $20,889. So $20,889 $889. This puppy is yours, which for what you're getting, I mean, this is a smooth running, ultra comfort, old school, classic looking bike with all the modern amenities. This thing, another amenity I guess I had forgotten before, so it does have rear cylinder deactivation. So when you're sitting at a light or you're sitting in traffic, is there anything worse than being on a big V-twin, air-cooled V-twin, and sitting in traffic? You're on the clutch all the time, the motor's getting hot, and anybody that knows about riding cruisers, you feel that right between your legs. So this bike, when you're sitting like that, it's going to shut that rear cylinder off, and you're not going to get as much heat, cooking your crotch, for lack of a better term. So really is super beneficial to the cruiser experience. And hey, if you got a bike that doesn't have that, guess what? Let's go ahead and transition into the next thing I want to talk about, and that is our what JB is calling the Sidewalk Sale. It's been going on for maybe a week and a half now, but we've got a pretty substantial amount of clearance. I'm going to go ahead and let's show you what all we've got. So we've got some Kuryakin stuff for all you cruiser dudes out there that like Kuryakin stuff. You might want to come in and check out what we've got. I've just kind of given you a glance at it here, but we do have a lot of that. We've got a lot of Scout accessories here, and all of this stuff, not all of it, sorry, anything with a tag on it specifying so is going to be make an offer. So basically you tell us what you want to pay for it, we'll ponder on it for a second, and we'll probably tell you okay. So come in. Let's look at all we've got. We got Scout accessories. We've got big accessories. We got gloves. Lots of great stuff. Come in, talk to JB, make her an offer. We've also got, like I said, a couple 20s left. We've got a nice Roadmaster Dark Horse, which I have ridden before. You'll have to go back on the page and check for that. I love that motorcycle. And we've also got a Chieftain Limited, I believe. I think this is a Chieftain Limited. Beautiful motorcycle, black sparkly paint and chrome. I don't think I've ridden that one. Let me know in the comments if you want to see me ride that bike. That might be something we do next week. Just kind of ride the 20s, until we only have 21s. And I might ride a 21. There's a Scout over there I've got my eye on. So anyway, we've got lots of good stuff on sale, guys. You need to give JB a call at 812-948-1621. Check out what we've got left. Maybe it might be gone by this weekend. There is a coupon. I think it ends this weekend for FTR stuff. You get an extra 50% off. So even stuff that if it's FTR or flat track based and it's in the clearance section, you're getting that at clearance price plus another 50% off. I think that ends this weekend. You'll have to call JB and check on that. But again, that's another reason to call JB. She's your girl, 812-948-1621. All things Indian. Or, hey, if you're looking for something else that's not an Indian, our sister dealership share the same building with CC Power Sports. She can also get you hooked up on anything over there. So whether it's a Polaris or a Cowie or a Yamaha side-by-side or a Honda side-by-side or an ATVs. We've got motocross bikes. We got a few motocross bikes left for you guys that are wanting to get a new bike for the race season. Man, I love this bike. Every time I see these and I'm like, it's kind of a lot. It's not really my style. I recognize that they're beautiful, and this bike is beautiful. You really need to see it in person. But it's so nice to ride that it immediately makes me want it. Gosh, now I'm like, you know what? I think I'm ready. I always say, for all you Twin Peaks fans, but I always feel like James from Twin Peaks. I don't know, maybe that's just way too old of a reference for people anymore. But he always rode around on that old Harley. But these bikes just always remind me of that, kind of like what a biker was, well, not a biker necessarily, but a cruiser was in the 90s, the early 90s. It just is this, you know. This is like that nostalgia looking back to the 50s, even the 60s, Elvis and all that stuff, right? This is like just classic Americana, with the light up headrest on the front, or headdress, sorry, headrest. the headdress on the front fender, you know, it lights up and all that cool stuff, which is like an Indian trademark, obviously. You see somebody with the front fender lit up, you know, I would say 99% of the time it's going to be an Indian. There were a couple other cruiser brands back then that did stuff like that, and there even was some fake Indian motorcycles back in the early 2000s that people were a certain Japanese brand was manufacturing that people were putting Indian badges on. So there's been a few of those, but I would say 99% of the time you see a lit up headdress on the front fender, it's going to be an Indian motorcycle. Oh my gosh, what a dream. What a dream this bike is. The Willow Green and Cream Dream. That was a tongue twister. What a dork. Alright, I guess I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna end the punishment here. I'm gonna end the torture. I'm gonna let you guys go if you're still watching. I'm always baffled that somebody watches this all the way to the end. I don't know why anybody would listen to me for that long, but God love you if you do. I guess for now I'm going to sign off. I'm going to enjoy this last little cruise that I've got to the dealership on the Willow Green Dream. One more riff. Oh yeah. All right. Uh-oh. We had a little mishap there. Too much revs. All right. It's been Scotty the Marketing Dude, and I'll check you later. Whoops.